The nation of Burma, officially known as Myanmar, is wedged between Thailand, China, and India. A civil war has raged in the country for more than 50 years. But despite reports this week of a possible peace treaty, 90,000 refugees have fled to the U.S., with more than 1,000 living in San Diego. Joining me with more on the grassroots organization that helps refugees here are Andrew Ray with San Diego's Kurin organization and April Mu, born in a Thai refugee camp after her parents fled prosecution in Burma. Welcome. April, let's start with you. Now, you were born in this refugee camp on the Thai-Burmese border. How old were you when you came to the U.S., and why did your family leave Burma?
I came here when I was 15 years old. They left Burma because they got persecuted by Burmese army, and there is no chance for them to stay because every time, since my parents were young, they have to flee. They have to run away, and then their village burned down, so they have to go to camp.
In the prosecutions you're talking about, they were persecutions. They were killings and
Yes.
other things that your parents have spoken of.
Yes.
Okay, Andrew, what are some specific challenges that Burmese refugees in San Diego face?
Well, if you have ever traveled to another country or another culture and tried to live in and work in that environment, there's always a process of adjustment. I think that particularly with refugees from Burma, there are generations of trauma that have really put them into this situation where they kind of have additional challenges, I think, to adjusting to a lot of the issues that come along with urban living in San Diego.
It's a whole different lifestyle, kind of the farm remote versus the urban here.
Exactly.
Your organization began in 2009, and it refers to itself as an ethnic community self-help group of sorts, staffed mostly by refugees from Burma. What sort of services are offered?
Well, we do a lot of things. We work really hard to place our clients in job situations that are appropriate for their skill set. We also do targeted case management, which involves responding to a lot of the difficulties and the technical kind of things that people have troubles with when they come over. And we also have a youth program that we're very heavily invested in.
And April, you're actually working at that youth program, correct?
Yes.
And you and your brother wanted to come here, I understand, but your parents originally didn't want to come to America. How come?
Because they know how hard it is going to be for them because they don't speak the language and they don't know the culture. They're never familiar with technology. And so, yeah.
It was, yeah. How about this? You were one of the first in your community, I understand, to graduate from high school, Crawford, correct? Yes. And now you're at City College. What helped you most in coming here as a 15-year-old and assimilating so quickly?
Because, I'm a very motivated person. I go to regular school, go to after school, Saturday school, Thursday school, and then watch PBS Kids. So, I learn so fast just by doing that.
You watched PBS Kids, exactly. Yeah. Well, your English is fantastic. So, Andrew, let's talk about this. As far as the KOSD program goes, how is it funded? And again, if you could name some specific things that you're doing with that funding.
Well, a large part of our funding comes from the Federal Office of Refugee Resettlement, hence the Ethnic Community Self-Help title to the grant. We're working now to diversify our funding sources so that we can actually be sustainable as an organization. This is a limited grant that is intended to empower the community to kind of advocate and organize itself.
And it was about $100,000 a year?
Yeah, for 3 years.
And it's running out?
It is. We're in our last fiscal cycle here. So.
I know there's an awareness and fundraising event for your organization this Friday night. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, our fundraising event this Friday night is in partnership with a lot of local artists. We have musicians and we have art that has been donated that will be for sale and on view. We really see this event as more of a kind of a friend raiser and sort of a bridging event for the community itself so that we can work to establish those kind of social connections that will help the community thrive in San Diego.
Well, I have to say, April, you're wearing a handmade shirt, right,
Yes.
from Burma, and this is going to be at the event as well,
Yes.
with others on display?
Yes.
Okay, well, people are interested in that. I want to ask you, April, if the ceasefire does not go through in Burma, this one, I know there's been multiple ones in the past, would you return or visit?
Right now, I want to visit, but I don't think I can, go visit.
Right at the moment.
Yeah.
How about in the future? What are your plans for the future?
In the future, I want to be a nurse, and then I want to help somehow in medical field to go back and help.
So study here and then go back. And what are your parents saying? How are they doing right now?
Right now, my dad is kind of the leaders in the community, and he encouraged other, elders to support of the youth, and then also the families here. And then, yeah, right now they're doing okay.
All right. Well, keep us posted. April Mu and Andrew Ray, thank you so much.
Thank you.